But the fact speaks for itself. Thank you, my lord. I have no further questions.
Okay.
And that was Queen Mshololo doing the mic drop, but you won't believe what happens next. Judge Ratha descends into the arena, and here goes.
What's the time now, sir?
12:25.
Yeah, I know you've got re-examination. I just want panel to comment because he hasn't been taken through this. For instance, the post-mortem. You went to attend the post-mortem.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I attended the post-mortem.
Why did you go there?
Was
Was it ballistic related or you were in a frolic of your own?
My lord, it was ballistic related. I wanted to see the wound and to determine how far was the firearm from the deceased when the shot was fired.
Right.
Also get the height of the deceased and the height of the position of the wound.
And the clothing which was worn by the deceased, did you see it or investigate it or what is the position?
That's correct, my lord. I have seen the exhibit, the clothing of the deceased, and I examined them. They were burning around the entrance wound, which indicates that there's gas that burnt the clothing of the deceased. So it creates, if it's a contact shot, all the gas and the unbent and partially bent propellant pump would penetrate into the body of the deceased. But if it's a loose contact, what will happen is the bullet will create a very small gap between the body of the deceased and the muzzle of the firearm. The gas that escaped from that gap is the one that bent the clothing that the deceased was wearing around the entrance wound.
If it's a close range, we'll see this around, so you know that how close was the firearm from.
Okay, so here's what we know about CHRIS Mangena, the ballistic analyst. Okay, not the expert, the analyst. And no, I don't have time to change my screen because, he's changed his career during his cross-examination with Mshololo. So it's going to say expert, but we know he's an analyst, okay? Stay with me. So here's what we know about him. We know that he believes that it is better to convict a criminal than to defend a criminal. He said it loud and clear. So we understand what motivates him, what his objectives are whenever he is dealing with a criminal. He wants the criminal prosecuted, okay, by all means necessary. Okay. And the second thing we know about him is he went to the post-mortem. Judge Ratha is saying has descended into the arena to say, listen, nobody asked you. I don't know why they're focusing on the bullets and the splint and the door and the striations and the grooves. I don't know why no one focused in their cross-examination on the fact that you went to the pathologist. So I have additional questions that I want to seek clarity on as the court. You know what, Baloyi? I know it's your turn to do re-examination, but stop it right there. This is my turn and I am the judge. I can descend into the arena any and all times that I want. So here's what I want to know. Why did you go to the pathologist? Why were you at the pathologist? Was this some frolic of your own? And Mangena responds and says, no, it was for ballistic reasons. So this is what we know. He was there to check out the wound, okay? I'm not sure if when the pathologist did the report that they didn't say whether it was a close shot wound or not. Or Mangena is that guy, okay? He's a doubting Thomas. He only believes by seeing with his own eyes himself. Because he's already told us, okay, in the previous video, he's already told us, I'm not sending anyone to do measurements for me. If they do, I am not using them. You see, Mangena is the guy, okay? Main character syndrome. Don't forget that. He's that guy, okay? He's got to be there. He's got to do it himself. He has all his checks and processes in place, even though he follows no processes and procedures. But when it comes to what he wants, he does it himself. You know what? I digress. What's the second thing we know about Mangena? That he does recognize. I will give it that to him as an analyst. He does recognize when it's a close contact shot. That means the muzzle, the end of the firearm touched the skin of the deceased and the shot was fired, meaning there is no space between the skin and the firearm. So that gas that pushes the bullet, okay, through the barrel, and then the barrel is, because the barrel is smaller than the bullet then catches those striations, okay? And then that gas is forcing that bullet through. That's how the bullet is able to squeeze through the barrel, because it's, it's under pressure. And that gas is forcing it through. And then that gas now burns the clothes and burns the skin. That's how Mangena is able to determine if this was a close range shot or not, a close contact shot or not. So we know, and it is not argued by anyone in the defense, that this was a close contact shot. Great job, Mangena. We absolutely appreciate that little bit of information, although really, really sad to hear. But we would have loved to also hear, where was the person standing? Okay? And then he says he needs the height of the wound, okay, from the heel to the wound, to know where the person was standing. But then he later says he doesn't know where the person was standing. Do you see what I'm saying? It's absolute confusion. But the point here is, Judge, okay, you're so excited to get this extra information. And do you see the looks that he gives Umshololo? Why is the judge intimidated by Umshololo? That's the question I asked previously. And no. Members of the jury in the comment section says, no, dear, you got it wrong. It is not intimidation. He is absolutely afraid of her because Umshololo tore it out the park. The second question that the judge asked was, did you see the deceased's clothing? Now, why is that an important question to the judge that has descended into the arena? Of all the things that he could ask, why didn't he ask about the bullet in the door that disappeared? Why didn't he ask about the magical bullet that doesn't break the glasses? He asked about the clothes. The clothes which are the least relevant. The clothes actually do prove that Usenzo Meyiwa was shot, okay? And that he was shot at close range, and that the shot actually tore the clothes apart. What could you want to clarify with that? What color? What brand? Where did he buy them? I thought that was a redundant, ridiculous question. But you know what? Let's move on, because then, okay, shockingly, the defense is given a platform to respond.
Let's go. Clarification questions. Any question? About the body post-mortem.
Just one.
Yes.
So it's indicated in the attempt that there were exhibits that were taken from the fingernails of the deceased. Are you aware of that?
Manot, I only concentrated on the ballistic related. I didn't look into that.
So I thought as a member of the investigating team here from the beginning, you could have had knowledge as to what happened from there. But if you don't want, we'll ask the relevant people. Thank you. But there were those exhibits that were extracted by the doctor. And they were sealed, so somebody must just account on them.
They should have sent them to biology for analysis, madam.
Yes, that is the reason why I'm saying you will take that up with the relevant people.
Thank you, my daughter. I have no questions. Thank you.
No questions, ma'am.
Right. Well, on the post-mortem reports, they say they sent them for DNA analysis.
That's correct, madam. They could have sent them for DNA analysis.
So one thing I know about Umnisi, don't ever take him for granted. You know, the judge threw Mangena a bone and said, listen, they tore you apart in those defense questions, especially that female advocate Umshololo. So Judge Ratha said, I'm going to throw you a bone, bring back your dignity, bring back estima, okay? Because what in them, Mzansi Unfiltered just went down. You cannot walk out of here with your head hanging low. So let me just ask random questions about what happened at the pathologist's office. Never mind the imaginary person that you don't remember, that the defense is kind of just saying it was also there. Not the judge, not seeking clarity on that. That is not important to the judge. The judge threw Mangena a bone. That is my opinion. And you know what Nisi Wemvula said? He said, you know what? Hey, the platform has been opened up. I'ma take it, and we're going straight to the pathologist because I have one more question. Hey, there was DNA taken from underneath the deceased nails. Do you know what happened? That was so random. That was so random, Nisi, and I loved it. Okay, because what do you mean? What happened to the DNA? And Judge Ratha looks at him with the uttermost irritation, like, what are you talking about? This is an expert analyst, but I'm going to still refer to him as an expert because I'm the judge, okay? I'm not reducing him to an analyst. He is a witness of the state. So why are you asking that question? I mean, you took it for analysis and you see the judge just throwing his hands up and down, and Mangena is so excited, like, oh my God, finally an easy answer, because I've been struggling for days. And he says, yes, it was taken for DNA analysis. And the judge responds with throwing his hands up and saying, come on, man. And, so kudos to Mnisi for that finale. But yeah, that is the end of the DNA. That is the end of the defense. That is the end of the defense analysis. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about it, what you thought about Ungomezulu, Ngumalo, Mnisi, Ramusipili, Mshololo. Who was your favorite? Who was the most effective? I'll tell you who my favorite was. My favorite was Umlungu Wetu, Dave, okay? Because he came through with the knowledge, with the information, with the cross-check and putting Mangena on check. Mangena did not get a chance to breathe. You see, when he was doing the chief, when he was putting his statement in, oh my God, where are my words? It's a Sunday and I'm where's my focus? So when Mangena initially took the stand last year in August with Baloi, all he was saying was it's there. And then now that Mshololo's asking questions, Baloi is saying, no, you've got to use the labels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Mshololo goes, oh, okay. But when it was with the states, you were cruising nicely, huh? No one was asking anything. You were going so fast. But yeah, so Dave is my favorite because he brought that je ne sais quoi, okay? He brought that I'm going to educate the defense and they're going to sound so proficient. Mangena won't know what hit him. Thanks so much for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, you already know you have my heart. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Say it one more time with me. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching from outside the club, because I know you are. YouTube told me 65% of the people watching your videos are not subscribed. Just consider hitting that subscribe button. It's a once-off event. Nobody will know you're subscribed to my channel. I promise you that. So just hit that subscribe. Don't tell anyone you're subscribed, and you can just keep watching. And now it's even better. You don't have to search up Mzansi Unfiltered to see my videos because you're avoiding subscribing. The notification will just come to you and land and say, she's done it again. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I'll catch you on my next upload.